Today, we're going to start talking about common class activities that you may see in your textbook, workbook, or just encounter as you work through class with your teachers, volunteers, and classmates. Hopefully, many of you are already familiar with many of these classroom activities. However, some of our students who have never had a chance to sit in a classroom before may be unfamiliar with some of these activities. Hopefully these videos will help them get started. First up, we have multiple choice. Multiple choice is very common in classrooms throughout the United States. So, what is multiple choice? The word multiple means many or more than one. The word choice just means to choose. You must pick or select the right answer. Multiple choice is most often a reading question. Sometimes there's a little bit of writing, but it's mostly about reading and then choosing the correct choice. Sometimes it is listening, but most of the time you will see it as reading. For example, what color is the car? Notice there is only one right answer. Is the car red? No, so we don't do anything. Is the car green? No, so we don't do anything. Is the car yellow? Yes, but we want to keep reading all the way through all four possible answers just to make sure. So last answer, is the car blue? No. So we know that the car is yellow, and we can go ahead and circle this answer. That is an example of how a multiple choice question could be formatted. Sometimes there would be no picture. Sometimes it would just be reading a story and answering multiple choice questions about the story. So, another thing we might see is multiple choice. Here's the question, here's the picture, here are the answers, but you may have an answer worksheet or an answer booklet. And so many times, if this is the case, the teachers have to reuse the test questions and pictures. So they don't have money or materials to make many test booklets. So they give you a separate answer sheet, and you're supposed to mark the right answer, yellow, on your answer sheet. A, B, C, D, and D. So on your answer sheet, you would circle C, yellow. You would not mark on this test question. Here's another example of what an answer sheet might look like. You may see your child come home from their school with an answer sheet that looks like this. It's very similar, but you would take the tip of the pencil and fill in the entire bubble, like so, C. And here you would just circle it with your pencil or pen. Good. Now here's an example. This is from elcivics.com. That's English Learner Civics. So and this website has a lot of great free resources that are useful for learners of all ages. So an example of a multiple choice question from a reading selection would be a present for father. Reading. Sunday is Father's Day, and Maria wants to buy a special gift for her father. And then you would keep reading the entire passage, and then you would be presented with a few multiple choice questions. This question says, what day is Father's Day? And you would read all your answers all the way through. Monday? Is Father's Day Monday, based on what we read? No. Is Father's Day Sunday, based on the sentence that we read? Ooh, that looks promising. But we're going to keep reading our answers just in case. Is Wednesday Father's Day? Or is Friday Father's Day? Good, so we only see one possible answer, which hopefully you know is Sunday. So, good. That's another example of what a multiple choice activity could look like. So tips for multiple choice questions. There is usually only one right answer. If you're not sure, it's usually okay to skip. You must read through each answer, read through all of the possibilities. That way, one, you can learn more words by reading all of the answers, but also just to make sure you didn't miss anything. If you receive a test booklet and a separate answer sheet, only write on the answer sheet. And make sure you mark the right row on your answer sheet. As you can see in this example, this test has more than 50 multiple choice questions, so make sure that when you're reading question number 50 in your test booklet, you then go and answer question number 50 on your multiple choice sheet, because if you accidentally skip a line and answer question 49 will be wrong, and then every question after that will be wrong. So that is very important. Good. This is multiple choice.